Hello and welcome to Staffs TV's coverage of the Staffordshire University Student Union's leadership race for 2013. Tonight we're going to hear from some of the nominees. They'll each have a 2-minute segment to introduce themselves and then a further 2 minutes to answer a number of questions. A lot of students have been nominated, but there are only 5 places available, so the competition is hot. Without further ado, please welcome our first candidate. Okay, so first candidate, you will have 2 minutes to introduce yourselves. Are you ready? Yes? Okay. And is the timer ready?
Sure is.
Okay, that's great. Okay, let's go.
So, hi, I'm Lewis Lay. I'm running to be one of your full-time officers in 2013. You may ask why I want to do this. So, mainly, it's to represent your views, your voices, and your ideas. The 3 years that I've been at Staffs, I've been a warden, I've worked for the university and the student union in various positions. But one of the things I have noticed is that those organisations don't necessarily listen to you guys. And talking to students for the last 3 years, being a warden and all sorts of stuff, I've realised that you guys are slowly becoming professionals in what you're doing, and we should be listening to you guys because it's your individual experiences that we're trying to enhance and make better. So really, we should be providing you guys with the opportunities to make your experience your own. That's my 2 minutes introduction.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll now ask you 3 questions and you'll have another 2 minutes to answer it. If you can remember the questions, the first one is, why are you choosing to stand? The second is, if you could change one thing about being a student at Staffordshire University, what would it be? And the third is, what can you offer that no one else can? You're okay for that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Great. Is the timer ready?
Yeah.
Okay, then let's get started.
Okay, so I want to stand to represent Staffordshire University Student Union and the students themselves, not necessarily the 50% that we have at Stoke or the 15 or 25% that we have at Stafford, but the ones that we have in surf colleges, abroad in places like China and Thailand, and find ways to get these views connected and together. It can be done through many ways, through email, Blackboard, or just through the internet. But it's these views that are very important to the student union, because at the end of the day, we're here to represent you guys, and that's the reason why I want to stand, to represent you guys and all the ideas and inspirations that you might have to make this organisation and your experience a better place. In terms of the one thing I'd want to change at Staffs as a student is the way welfare is approached. So students, when they come here, they learn a lot of academic skills through the university and their course, but not necessarily welfare skills, so how to handle your finances, what to look for in landlord contracts and stuff like that. And we should be teaching you guys this, but not generally, but at appropriate times. So, for example, housing's a big issue. Landlords might want to get the upper hand or get stuff in your contract so you don't quite know about it. So really, we should be teaching these things to you around November when you guys are actually looking for houses instead of waiting for the university to do an accreditation list all the way in February. This should be put back to December. Mental health is a big thing as well. I'm a psychology student and I've done a lot of mental health stuff with the union as well, and the big thing is getting mental health out to students, know what they need to do, and creating self-help guides and getting you guys to help yourself, but also allowing you guys to access the stuff that you need. The final question, what can I offer? So, as I've presented, I've got a lot of experience at Staffs, and it's this experience that I want to do, but I also recognise that I'm not an expert. You guys are the experts, and I would take you guys as my advisors, and I want to hear it off you.
Thank you. Okay, can the next candidate please prepare themselves? You will have 2 minutes to introduce yourselves, and then 2 minutes to answer questions. Is that okay with you? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, is the timer ready?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's get started.
Hi, my name's Kimberly, and I'm running to be one of your full-time officers this year. I've been at this university for 4 years, including a foundation year. I'm currently a student councillor and vice chairman of the equestrian club. This university has given me so much, and so has the union, and I just want to give back to that. Why do I want to stand? The union's helped me through a lot of tough times lately, and I just feel like a lot of students might need that as well. So that's pretty much why, just to help students, really. Change about the university. Definitely consistency with courses, that needs to be changed. Health is a big thing for me, and I think a lot of students need to have that as well, just because the services aren't the best. What else? Pretty much said all I can say. Vote Tri-Staffs.
Okay, that's great. And now you'll have 2 minutes to answer 3 questions. The first is, why do you want to stand?
I answered them.
You've answered them?
All that really fast, yeah.
Oh, okay. Did you answer the third one? What can you offer that no one else can? No?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So I'm a bit nervous, so.
Okay, if you don't want the second time, that's fine. Can the next candidate please prepare themselves? Okay, full-time officers take a year out to lead the student unions as their full-time job. They become a trustee of the student union, are responsible in law for the operation of the union, with oversight to the union's operations and memberships. You can give us your thoughts on the speeches, the leadership race itself, and the issues at Staffordshire University so that the candidates can take these into account with their campaigns. Let us know what you think on Facebook and Twitter, and we might read out your comment later on in the show. Please use the hashtag #LeadershipRace for Twitter. Now it's time to hear from our third candidate. Okay, candidate 3. So you have 2 minutes to introduce yourselves, and then after that, we'll give you 2 minutes to answer the 3 questions. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, is the timer ready?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So get started with your introduction.
Hi, my name is Ken Sang, and I'm standing for this year's Student Union election as your full-time student officer. So, about me. I am a web student for my final year, and I'm quite crazy. So, what else? There's nothing really. So, yeah, that's about it.
Okay, thank you. We now have 3 questions for you to answer. If you could answer them in 2 minutes, why do you want to stand? If you could change one thing about Staffs Uni, what would it be? And third, what can you offer that no one else can?
Okay, so, why am I standing? Well, I want to improve the communication between the union. I want to make student life more fun in general. And I want to give more voting rights for students. So, one thing to change. Yeah, I want to give 24 hours access to all facilities so students can pretty much do their work free. And finally, my experience. Well, at my local college, I have been working as the vice president, the president, and the communication officer. And that's pretty much my thing.
Thank you very much. Sorry about the technical issue there. Can the next, did we do your questions? We didn't, did we? We did?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, sorry about that. Can the next candidate please prepare themselves? Okay, so candidate, you have 2 minutes to introduce yourselves. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Is the timer ready?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's get started.
Hi, I'm Holly Hatton-Baldwin, and I'm running to be your full-time officer next year. I'm running for so many different reasons that you can find out on my manifesto if you go online. But the ones I want to talk about, like right now, I want to really hone down on monitoring housing. So that's on-campus accommodation in halls of residence and making them the best they can be, and also monitoring landlords for students who are privately renting off-campus to make sure that they're safe, secure, and satisfied with their university experience. I want to also lobby courses to make more work experience and opportunities available so that students, when they leave, are as fully equipped as they can be when they go into their relevant industries and workplaces. I want to up the efficiency of societies and forums so that all the different eclectic mix of students we have here are fully catered to and feel like they're part of the community of Staffs University. Also, my big thing is I want to make more events available so that all students feel like they've got a safe space to go to and feel like they're part of it, including having a summer ball this year. We didn't have one last year. We're not having one this year. And I really think we need a big end-of-year event to make sure that everyone leaves going out with a bang, saying, yeah, I was proud to be Staffs.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. And you'll now have 3 questions to answer and 2 minutes to do so. The 3 questions are, why do you want to stand? What is one thing, if you could change one thing about Staffordshire University, what would it be? And finally, what can you offer that no one else can? Okay, is the timer ready?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's get started.
cool. Why am I standing? One of the main reasons I'm standing is because I want to put something back into this university. Over the past 3 years, I've had a really, really good experience. My lecturers have always been there for me. I feel like I'm really equipped to go into my relevant industry. I'm a technical theatre studies student, and I feel like I'm really prepared to go there. But talking to students over the past 3 years, I've noticed that not everyone has had the same great experience that I've had, and I want to put something back because I'm really passionate about this university and what it's done for me. So I want to put something back and say, and make sure that every student here has had the best experience they can have and are as prepared as I am to go out there in the wider world. If I could change one thing, it would be the sense of community at this university. Like, we all go here and we all do our courses and we all go to Gobble or Lounge or whatever, but it's the sense of community. I want everyone to be proud to say, yeah, I went to Staffs and it did the best thing for me. I got my degree from there, and the place that I'm in now, the work experience I've had and the career that I've got has been helped by Staffs University and the union, and I want to be that person that can provide them with that change. What can I offer that no one else can? Loads of candidates have got loads of different experience. I've also been really experienced, but I hope my individual experiences sort of set me apart. I'm on the committee for Amateur Dramatic Society. I'm the deputy chair of Student Council. I'm a student councillor. I've been involved in the union. I've been a star. I've been a Welcome Week rep. And I feel like I've been talking to students for the whole past of 3 years. And my experience sets me apart from everyone else and says, yeah, I know exactly what students want, but I've got the skills to carry on listening to them when I'm a full-time officer. So yeah, vote for Holly Hatton-Baldwin as your full-time officer next year. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Will the next candidate please prepare themselves? While they do so, we're going to have a quick look at a video that we made surrounding some of the myths about the leadership race. And maybe you'll choose to nominate yourself next year. As you know, this is the last week to nominate yourself to take part in the leadership race, and I'm here to dispel some of the myths surrounding nomination.
It's just a popularity contest, and anyway, I won't win without a big campaign team.
Knowing lots of people or having a big campaign team doesn't necessarily guarantee you success in the elections. There are a lot of things that you can do to help convince people to vote for you, including going out and talking to them, speaking in lectures, handing out flyers, putting up posters, using email and Facebook, and plenty more.
What's the point? You'll never change anything.
Students have been responsible for some of the biggest changes at Staffs, including the introduction of 24-hour libraries. Many of these changes have been led by elected students.
I'm not political enough.
You don't have to be passionate about political issues to get nominated as a student officer. All you need is the drive to make things better for your fellow students here at Staffs.
I'm not sure it's for me. I'm happy with things at Staffs.
Just because you're happy with Staffs doesn't mean that you'll make a bad officer. Sometimes even small changes can make a big difference, and union officers are there to give feedback on behalf of students and the staff.
I don't have the right experience to nominate myself.
You don't need prior experience to nominate yourself as an officer, and there's no guarantee that any type of experience will get you voted in. All you need is good suggestions and enthusiasm.
It's too complicated.
Nominating yourself is easy. All you need to do is go to staffsunion.com/leadership race and fill in the online nomination form with a few details about yourself. You'll be able to upload a photo and your manifesto to the website. If you have any more questions about nomination, feel free to pick up one of these election myth-busted leaflets dotted around the Student Union, or visit the Leadership Race website. Okay, if you want to know more about it, please read the Myths Busted brochure. And by the way, earlier in the show, I said if you wanted to get involved over Twitter, use hashtag Leadership Race. That was incorrect, sorry about that. The hashtag is LeadStaffs. That's hashtag LeadStaffs to get involved. We're now going to go back to our fifth candidate. He'll have 2 minutes to introduce himself. Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, that's great. Is the timer ready?
I am.
Great. Well, let's get started.
Good evening. My name is Christopher Wimperney. I'm here to represent you, using experience and knowledge, making your student experience a great one. I'm a final year student. I've been here now for 4 years at Stafford University studying business management here at the Stafford campus. I'm here because I want to come and talk to you to get your problems and issues at Stafford University solved and resolved. Over the Facebook over the last week, from my own page, I have found 4 main areas that I actually want to try and fix straight away if you vote me in. First of these is to sort out the internet within the student accommodation. We're promising 20 meg broadband and currently not getting this. Second of these is getting feedback within 20 working days, as is promised by the university and pushed for by the Students' Union over many years. Having specialist software within the libraries and all facilities around the university that you can access when you actually want to access them, not having to try and fight other students off specialist equipment that you want. And also then, while in the main university area, having a better AirNet that you can use. This means you can connect your different things, all different devices to the internet at all points. These ideas are just some of the things that have been suggested to me within the last week. If you think of any more or want me to run for more, if you vote for me in, please go onto Facebook, search for Vote Chris #1, give me more ideas. If you vote me in, I will then get these things sorted for you. And that's it for that bit.
Okay, thank you very much. You'll now have 3 questions to answer and 2 minutes to do so. The 3 questions are, why do you want to stand? If you could change one thing about being a student at Staffordshire University, what would it be? And the third is, what can you offer that no one else can? Okay, is the timer ready again?
Yeah.
Great, in your own time.
Okay, why do I want to stand? The reason I want to stand is I've worked for the university and the Students' Union, both in full-time roles and part-time roles. We do not listen to the students properly at this moment in time. I actually want to come out and about, whether it's sitting in the student spaces, in the bars, in the shops, in the areas, and listen to what you want and get these things resolved. If we do this, your student experience will become a great one and everything will go through nicely. One thing that I would change, as I'm going through the whole manifesto and everything I want to do, is actually listening to you, the students. Get the university and the Students' Union to come out and listen to you, to talk to you. You guys have fantastic ideas. You're also the guys who are the customers of this university. You have chosen to be here, therefore why are you not getting what you want to get? So I want to make sure that is done to change. And finally, what can I offer that no one else can? As I've already said, I've worked full-time and part-time. I've worked full-time with our Money Doctors department within the Students' Union. I've worked part-time as a student warden twice down in Stafford. I have worked as a promotions assistant. I've worked as a team leader. I know everything of how the university works. I've worked in many different departments and I still have fantastic links with them. I want to use these to make your student experience a great one. Please can I encourage you all to vote Chris #1 in the Students' Union elections.
Okay, thank you very much. Can the next candidate please prepare themselves? Okay, so you'll have 2 minutes to introduce yourself. Okay, is the timer ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Great, let's go.
Who is Matthew Lowe? Barman, student, potential full-time officer. Since I first arrived at the university, I knew I had to be involved. I knew I had to be the change at this union. I wanted to make a difference. In my first year, I was elected as the union's environmental officer. This role later changed into a student councillor position, and then I eventually became a student staff rep representing over 100 staff based at Squeezebox and the Amber Lounge. I've loved being involved with representation and the governance, and talking to students is something which is basically my life. I love it. The essence of the slate that I'm running in Stand Tall Staffs is pride. We want staff, students, to be proud of everything that they achieve here. We want to celebrate successes of not just our students, but our staff, of our union, of everybody. We pledge to support students who have achieved, to give them the full support to continually achieve. We actively seek to represent all students, and I want every single person at university, whether they're based at Stafford, based in Stoke, Lichfield, Shrewsbury, to feel that the union is there for them. We have some of the greatest sports facilities, and we want to encourage more sport undertaken, not just large teams dominating the activities department. We want everybody participating in some sport. We want to provide representation for students no matter on gender, disability, sexual orientation or location. If you're at Staffs, we're here for you.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll now have 3 questions for you to answer. You'll have 2 minutes to do so. The first question is, why do you want to stand? The second is, if you could change one thing about being a student at Staffs Uni, what would it be? And the final question is, what can you offer that no one else can? Okay, is the timer ready?
Yeah.
Great, get started.
So why do I want to stand? I'm a great believer in employment and providing opportunities for students. Nationwide, our graduate market is drastically suffering, and it's struggling to cope with the sheer amount of skilled, talented graduates that our universities are producing. As a union, we should actively seek to promote employment opportunities, provide graduate skills, and make sure our graduates are the most desirable graduates across the country. Another thing I'm standing for is housing. Whether you live in halls or off campus, housing is a key issue. You should feel happy in the home. We should actively be monitoring the condition of our halls and the condition of our private landlords and make sure students aren't being ripped off. I also stand for campuses. Staffordshire University has a great number of split campuses, and it's a wedge that drives straight through the heart of us. Instead of trying to unite under one notion that we should be joining our campuses up, we should be two separate campuses and a multiple of other institutions working together under one union. So what can I offer? I believe I have a unique perspective. Working for the Student Union for over 3 years, behind the scenes as operational and in representation, I believe I've got a unique perspective. I've developed a working knowledge of the union and how it can represent you and staff, students, everybody. I feel I can make the difference to students at Staffordshire on a regional, national and international scale.
Okay, thank you very much. Can the next candidate please prepare themselves? Okay, these speeches are essential so that you, the viewer, can see who is out there to represent your beliefs and values. Basically, this is their chance to sell themselves to you so you have a better idea of who to vote for on the 25th of Feb. Some candidates are not here, but you can find their manifesto on the Student Union's website, which is staffsunion.com. The link will be on the homepage. Remember that you can get mentioned on tonight's show if you tweet using the hashtag #LeadStaffs, and you can comment about your thought on the speeches, the leadership race, and about your issues here at Staffordshire University so the candidates can take these into account and develop their campaigns. I've said I've been impressed so far with this sort of variety that we've seen tonight in terms of people looking to help people with housing, with the technology available here, with access, just a whole wide range of things. Even just having fun has been talked about, which is great. And we wish all of the candidates good luck. And I hope you go out and vote for whoever has sold themselves to you tonight. Okay, now it's time to go back for our 7th candidate. You have 2 minutes to introduce yourself, candidate. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, is the timer ready?
Yeah.
Great, let's get started.
Hiya, my name's Mel Ramsey, and I'm going for your Student Officer 2013, along with my slate, Stand Tall Staffs. And basically, I've got quite a few issues that I want to address. Firstly, everyone loves a freebie. So every 4 times you go to Legends or LRV, I want to pledge that the 5th time you get in for free. That means it'll stop people from going to Hanley, stop people from going to Newcastle. There'll be more money going into the union, and basically that'll get us better things for us as a whole. Secondly, I want to repaint a lot of the buildings. First impressions are key. If we want to get more people coming here, we need to make it look better. Thirdly, I've spoken to quite a few disabled students who are wheelchair bound. Basically, after their first year, they are mainly being forced to stay into student-run accommodation. This means that all their mates are going on to 2nd and 3rd year, getting their own houses, and they are segregated, having to stay at Clarice Cliff, stuff like that. I've actually had to lift in one of my friends into my house because there was no wheelchair accessibility. This needs to change. It's not fair. At the end of the day, if we want equality, we need to do something about it. I want to get in touch with landlords, council, things like that, and get the wheels put into motion. It will be happening in Stafford. It'll be happening in Stoke. Hopefully, we'll get this sorted. Basically, I'm a 3rd-year journalism student. I work with OMG News. I work in Ember. You might have seen me around. Yeah, basically, that's who I am. Please vote for me.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. And now you'll have 2 minutes to answer 3 questions, which are, why do you want to stand? If you could change one thing about being a student at Staffs Union, what would it be? And finally, what can you offer that no one else can? Is the time ready?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Get started.
Why do I want to stand? Well, due to my background, a lot of people said that I would never even make it into university. I come from a very poor background, I come from a very poor place, and I want to shove it in them people's faces and say, listen, I am helping shape the university. I want to go on and help other people in the same position that I was. I was homeless, I've got myself up from that. I am now in my 3rd year about to graduate. I just want to put something back into university that's helped me so much and helped me feel proud of who I've become. Secondly, if there's one thing I could change, I'm just going to reiterate the point, the disabled housing. I really want to do something about that. I mean, it's not fair, and due to the the idea is that basically there's going to be less students attending Staffordshire University due to fee increase. So if we can have some landlords that are guaranteed to have tenants every year, they're definitely going to go for that. I mean, it's not fair, especially if someone's at Clariscliffe in the Stoke campus, for example, and they have to go through all the snow. How are they supposed to get to the lectures? You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens with that. But that really is something that I really want to do something about. And what can I offer that no one else can? Well, I've been through it all. I'm a disabled student. I've worked in the student union. I know where everyone's coming from. I know how hard it is sometimes in university, and I want to be there for you. I want you to be able to say, yeah, I'm proud of what I've done. I'm proud to be from Staffs, and the whole of Stand Tall Staffs. That's what we're all about. We want you to stand tall because you're from Staffs. Please vote for us. Thank you very much. I'm Mel Ramsey.
Okay, thank you very much. Can the next candidate please prepare themselves? Okay, our next candidate is ready. You'll have 2 minutes to introduce yourself. Is the timer ready? Yep. Okay, great. Get started.
Hi, my name is Rochelle Awusu-Antwi, and I'm running to be your full-time officer for the next year. A little bit about me is I'm not going to sort of dodge the bullet or sort of miss the massive elephant in the room. I currently am an officer at the moment. I have seen so much during my 7 months in office so far. I'm not going to say that I know absolutely everything about the university or the union. I think I've come on in leaps and bounds in terms of my knowledge, but I still think that there is still so much that I need to do in terms of my development and in terms of unfinished business that I've obviously got to ensure that the union can continue to do all the great work that it's done and sort of to carry on building and collaborating with the university to make sure that your student experience here is as fantastic as it possibly can be. I think in terms of the 7 months that I've had so far as well, I have been out there talking to students constantly, feeding back on what they want to the university, making sure that everything that you want is being communicated effectively and that changes are being made. I've obviously been in with a really, really fantastic team this year, but I am so ready to embrace and work with a new team to make sure that positive changes are being made for you if I do get elected. I just want to say that, you know, I think that the union is obviously a really, really important part of student experience, and I think that we can't do it without your input and without you coming up to us at the moment and telling us what you want us to do, so we can obviously leave a legacy if I'm not in, obviously when the rest of the team go, but just for the next team to come into to sort of understand what we've done and to make sure that the work is continued going forward.
Thank you very much. You'll now have 2 minutes to answer 3 questions. You should know what they are, but I'll repeat them anyway. Why do you want to stand? If you could change one thing about being a student at Staffordshire University, what would it be? And finally, what can you offer that no one else can? Is the timer ready?
It is.
Okay, great. Let's get started.
Why I want to stand, obviously, like I've just said, I've had 7 months in the role already. I feel like there is just so much unfinished business that is yet to be done. Obviously, you know, whether I get in or not, or whether the rest of the teams, obviously they're leaving, but we obviously are going to sort of make sure that we do like a really thorough handover period for whoever gets in, so that things that are really important aren't left on the wayside. But I want to stand because I've also been through, like other candidates have mentioned, a really fantastic sort of experience in a sort of tumultuous time while I've been here at Staffs, and a massive part of that has been thanks to the Students' Union and the university as well. You know, I thought that coming into this role, I would only really do a year, but I think it's just been so fantastic and all I've seen so far. So I really want to give back to the student body and continue to sort of carry on working for you and creating positive change. And, you know, I'm completely coming into this being a realist. I'm not a dreamer. I'm not going to tell you that I can achieve 25 million things that I know aren't obtainable because I've been in the role for 7 months. I know what works. I know what doesn't work. I'd say that, I can't remember what the second question is.
The second question is, if you could change one thing about being a student, what would it be?
I think that I would change the fact that you should be able to know how to hold union staff and university staff to account more easily. I think that why don't we introduce things like an officer feedback form, you know, for us to sort of comment on the experiences that we've had with our officers, if we think that they've been doing a good job, if they've helped us, so that we can also help them to develop themselves as well and to sort of see if there's anything they could or couldn't be doing to obviously improve your representation and your student experience. And thirdly, the question is, what can I offer that nobody else can? I just say the fact that I'm completely approachable, honest, open. If anyone's got a problem, I have been known to work way over my normal sort of working hours to get that problem solved and done, so I can just offer continuity and experience.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can the next candidate please prepare themselves? Okay, so we've had a lot of different approaches to the manifestos tonight, but let's take a look and see what are some of the comments we've been receiving on Twitter. Okay, so first of all, we have Kerry, who has said, the set looks fantastic for our question time tonight. Well, I'm glad that Staff TV have made a decent set, and I hope this is a tradition that continues over the next few years. We've also had loving the manifestos, some great candidates. It's good to hear that you guys are enjoying this, enjoying it to hear what the candidates are saying. One person has tweeted, "I love you, Matt Brading." Thank you very much, I guess. I'm on What's Next every Wednesday, so you can keep tuning into that. And finally, we've had some great and valid points being made here. Glad to see the candidates care. I think we probably all agree with that. Thank you for sending in your comments to us. It's now time for our last candidates in today's show. So you'll have 2 minutes to introduce yourself. Okay, is the timer ready?
It is.
Great, well, let's get ready.
Hi, my name is Adam Ledley. I'm currently a final year student in geography. At the moment, I already represent you as both a student councillor and student ambassador. I'm involved with the university, representing our university to a plethora of students travelling from all around the world. As a councillor, I represent you and your voice and your views. Working as a full-time officer, I would look forward to continuing the work that I know that student councillors, all 12 of us, put in representing your voice, but being able to take it further and having more input to pressure the university, as I feel a union should be doing. I think one of the major issues for the university, although we're in an economic downturn, it has been pumping huge revenue into developing major sites, especially at Stoke campus. These are facilities such as the new science building that costs £30 million, redevelopment of the Brindley building, and redevelopment of Mellor that sees the new mechanics students travelling over and coming to us during the 2013-2014 academic year. However, as a students' union, I think the major issue that we need to be applying to the university and reasserting ourselves as a union is to pressure them in all ways and all facts. I think that's it for my introduction.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. So we're now going to have 2 minutes to answer 3 questions. And the 3 questions are, why do you want to stand? If you could change one thing about being a student at Staff's Union, what would it be? And finally, what can you offer that no one else can? Is the timer ready?
Yes, it is, Matt.
Okay, that's great. Let's go.
Brilliant. I'd want to work to continue my work representing your views and your voice. As a member of the officer team, maintaining pressure on the university, as I've countlessly said just previously in the last 2 minutes. If I could change one thing, I think it would have to be to endeavour to keep the university's sports activities on university campus grounds. So, whilst also increasing the variety that we offer in sports societies or societies as a general. This would encourage accessibility and inclusion rather than exclusion. What I can offer you that no one else can. My academic and previous experiences since coming to Staffs have given me the forum to offer support and development and guidance to all of my peers. I have gained insight into all aspects of university life in the 4 years that I've been here. For example, working for the university, developing effective communication skills, and fostering collaborative working relationships at all levels. I have been not only rewarded with positive feedback through my peers and superiors, but I've also been recognised with my skills as Best Newcomer to the Student Ambassador Scheme 2012. I'm committed, enthusiastic, and positive role model who will develop a strong working ethic. That's really it.
Thank you very much. That wraps it up for our question time today. We have now had all our candidates for the show. You've heard from all the nominees, but who are you going to vote for and how? Well, you can vote on staffsunion.com, and voting starts in 10 days on the 25th of February and then closes on the 27th of February. You can get more details on each of the candidates, including the ones that weren't able to come tonight, and you get to read their manifestos and see why they want to stand, what they want to change, and why they think they deserve your vote. Keep an eye out on Staff's TV for more coverage of the elections, including the results that will happen in 2 weeks' time. Remember to vote. The future of the university is in your hands. Thank you and goodbye.